Hello and welcome to Totally Legit Soccer. I'm Andy.
And I'm Fred.
Today we're going to be talking about our hopes, ideas, thoughts for the future for the next season. Europe, and with more of a focus on the Premier League though. And yeah, let's get right into it.
Can we just start by saying I hope Tom feels better soon? I think he's got the quadruple blues, I think.
He does, because, they bottled the league quite spectacularly. That was, if you were a City fan, that would have been a fun end to the season.
Also, Liverpool must hate Villa. Last season they beat them 7-2. And I know they got Stevie G at the helm. And then they let a 2-0 lead slip.
Stevie G slips again.
Yeah. There was no doubt in my mind that even at 1-1 that Liverpool weren't going to win that Wolves game. So when City went 2-0 down, I was like, this is Liverpool's now.
Yeah.
But what a comeback. But it would have been more entertaining if City lost 2-0 and then Liverpool drew 1-1.
Yeah.
And that's how City won the league.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that would have been funnier.
But we're not here to talk about that, are we?
We're not. Right. So, what's the first question you want to address?
Well, so we'll be talking about what we want to happen in the league. It might be a little bit unrealistic, but something that could happen that could be entertaining to watch. So I've written down, or I have 4 for the Premier League and 2 for Europe.
Okay.
And I think you're going to
I
try
will.
and match me with them.
I will.
But we'll tackle them as they come.
Okay.
But should I start us off?
Yes, please.
As many people know, I'm a big Conor Gallagher fan. So I want to see Conor Gallagher be a mainstay in Chelsea's midfield this this coming season.
22-23.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
Why?
Well,
That's my thoughts. Why?
I like the fact that he's a young Chelsea player. He's come through our academy. I think it's very important that we stick with our academy players. We don't want to be seen as this team, which we are, but we don't. Chelsea don't.
Chelsea's notoriously a team that signed really good players
and don't use their academy. But I think this is a turning point now. We need to change our ways a bit. We got a new owner coming in. It's time to rebuild and rebrand ourselves, let's say. And I think Conor Gallagher is the first person that needs to be used in this way. I've seen lots of people say that he maybe not a Chelsea player and he wouldn't fit in the system.
Chelsea man.
But he's just good, and I think we need to see him and give it a shot at one of the big clubs in the Premier League, and also save us a few bucks in the midfield, especially if Jorginho or Kante are leaving.
Yeah, I like that. That's a very wholesome. We just recorded a video about Mbappe. In utter contrast to the Mbappe situation, it would be nice just to have a player that's like, just a homegrown player, nothing too crazy, not ruining the club with all the finances that will cost to get him.
And it's the next wave of Chelsea academy talent, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the beginning of the next generation.
Because we could have Brozier coming back as well as he wouldn't be starting for Chelsea, but if we don't loan him out, that's the second choice striker there.
Yeah,
with potential. But Conor Gallagher is the best of the bunch. I
think for me, if we're talking about one specific player and I hope for the season, I want to see. I'm gonna go wild. I want Cristiano Ronaldo to go to a different club in the Premier League.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
It would be cool, and I'm not sure Ten Hag's completely sold the idea of Ronaldo staying. To be fair, I think he wants to rebuild Man United as this team that's going to challenge for the league, and maybe not this season, but in seasons to come, rebuild Man United back to that great dominating team. Yeah. And if you're doing that, you don't want a player as good as he is of his age in that squad, do you? No. Really?
I think. Do you know what would be hilarious if he went to Newcastle? That'd be funny.
That would be funny. I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah. Because then he knows he's not going to win anything.
Would you want him to stay in the Prem then?
I think it's better to have the best players in the Premier League, just in general. Even though I don't think he is like the best player in the world, obviously.
I think he's saved Man United from even more possible embarrassment, though.
Yeah, no, he's been a saviour for United. Like, him and De Gea have basically kept them in any sort of competition at all, ever.
No, 100%.
But I part of me is like, yeah, I'd wanted him to stay in the Premier League, but then I'm also like, is he over? Is it done now? Is this a,
Well, if Man United want to rebuild and find this new striker, they should probably start looking straight away. Don't delay it for a season with Ronaldo there.
Yeah, you'd think they'd already have ideas of who they want their striker to be. Then I've heard stuff about Memphis Depay potentially coming back. I don't know if that's to United or just to the Premier League. I've heard that. But
I think they'll be looking at a Darwin Núñez or
yeah,
building with like Nkunku. I know he's not out and out striker, but
someone like that.
someone like that, yeah.
Younger. But yeah, no, I think I'd like to see Ronaldo go somewhere different because I don't think it's going to go well.
Sorry,
Yeah, Richarlison.
Richarlison.
That'd be good for United. Yeah. What's your next one?
Yeah, I like that one with Ronaldo. I've got an interesting one which I just think it'll be just make the league a little bit more competitive, and I want a new team to be in that top 4 spot. Ooh. So I think it will go in realism. I think no order, but Liverpool, Man City, Man United, Chelsea next season. I think that will be top 4.
Interesting.
But I wouldn't mind seeing West Ham get one of those top 4 spots.
Yeah.
Or even, this might sound a bit bizarre, but like a Brentford. Like, I think they might challenge for Europe next season.
Yeah.
But there's no way they're getting a top 4 spot. But
yeah,
they look a very good team, and Thomas Frank has done bits with them. Newcastle as well. I don't think they're quite ready to push for those spots, but they'll also be pushing for Europe.
Yeah.
And the fact that Tottenham and Arsenal were challenging for it all season, neither of those teams deserve to be in that top 4 spot.
Not particularly amazing.
No.
I think I'll go with you there. I think I'd like to have someone like Brighton be in the top 4. Just someone that like no one would, like when Leicester won the league, someone that you wouldn't expect. Because I think the true boring answer is what you said. Like it probably will be those 4, even though I think United is still going to go.
But it's quite funny you mentioned Brighton, and I'll let you do your one first. But I have got one for Brighton, which I do think will help. Your theory. I don't think Brighton are going.
No, they haven't got good enough players, but it would just be good to see a team like Brighton do that.
Yeah, I would like to see them even Europa Conference. Just let them have a little bit. Of
Europe.
Go in,
yeah,
in Europe.
Any Europe would be cool just to see, especially just like for the fans of those clubs.
Yeah, 100%. But I think if that Tottenham team or that Arsenal team can challenge for top 4, some of these mid-table clubs are only like 3 or 4 signings away from doing the exact same, which sounds like a lot, but if you can find young, what these clubs are good at is finding young or cheap talent that just does the job for you. So that's my one. I think it'll be interesting. Do I think it's going to happen? No. Do I want it to happen? Absolutely. As long as it doesn't mean Chelsea drop out again.
Yeah, true. That would suck. That would be sucky. But yeah.
I wouldn't mind Liverpool dropping out. That would be.
Do you know what I want? I really want one of the big teams like City or Liverpool to just completely have a terrible season, just because simply because it would give other teams, not just Chelsea, more of a chance.
Yeah.
But it would also it would kind of throw in out of whack, because right now it's basically Liverpool and City, and has been for the past 4 years, 3 years definitely at least.
Yeah, they're just so good.
And so it would be nice to have a genuine belief. Because after maybe the halfway point, it became obvious it was going to be City, and then Liverpool turned up. And it as a Chelsea fan, it was a bit boring.
It was exciting at the start when we generally thought we had a chance of winning the title, and Liverpool were nowhere near it as well at the start of the season.
Yeah, they were poor.
But, I can't see either City or Liverpool. Even if Liverpool lose Salah, I still can't see them dropping away from that second or first spot. But
probably not.
It would be nice to see someone else challenging for the league, and that almost more exciting than a new team getting top 4.
Absolutely. Yeah. Right, what's your next point you want to talk about?
Well, speaking of Brighton,
yes,
I think if Brighton get in a really good new striker, they'll be able to push themselves up the table a bit, and maybe turn some of these chances created into goals.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of a little thing. I honestly think Brighton are only a striker away from being one of the top 10 club in the league. Graham Potter is an amazing. manager.
And also, I don't know, what's their left back called? Is it called Corella?
Cucurella.
He's been amazing this season.
Yeah, he's linked with Chelsea.
Yeah. I really like it. I've only seen maybe 2 or 3 Brighton games this season, but every game I thought, wow, he's actually really good, because he really stands out with his hair. So you always notice him, and he's
a bit of a David Luiz.
Yeah, he is a bit of a David Luiz, but probably better. And yeah, he's just players like that have definitely made teams like Brighton more
No, I agree. I think
Viewable.
Brighton's team is very good. Lewis Dunk is a great player. You've got
Of course, they had Dan Burn
Dan Burn. He
snatched away.
he was having an all right season. Last season he was pretty mediocre. Sanchez is a all right keeper. Trossard is incredible.
The next season
obviously Basuma, he probably won't be there, but amazing player. Just Mope up top, it's just not really he doesn't do anything.
He's just kind of a
Sonny
average.
March, he's a great player as well. There's loads of them.
Yeah.
Apart from Mope, he's just not really there yet, is he? Or Welbeck hasn't really worked out for them. He's got them a few late winners, but
yeah, no, I'd like to see teams like that perform. Oh, so you put here one of the promoted teams to break the top half of the table, and all 3 teams to stay in the league.
it's kind of 2 separate ones because
this
one I believe in the first half.
What
'cause
they'll
Brentford almost did it. I don't know were Brentford top 10?
this season?
Yeah.
I can't remember. Well,
But they
put it here.
but they had an incredible
They did
season.
well.
But
Yeah.
so I think
love that
there's a
manager.
possibility that I think Fulham, maybe this might be their year that they could actually show that they're a Premier League side.
Yeah,
It could
they have
be.
been good.
They haven't been, yeah.
I think also I'm more focused on the 3 teams to stay in the league, the promoted teams, because like Everton's been awful.
Yeah.
I think I was kind of annoyed in a way that Everton just escaped it.
I
'Cause-
wasn't because of Frank Lampard.
Yeah, well, yeah, true. But just still, from the fact of like, oh, the teams that we thought would go down went down probably. And I think it was a bit unfair because I think basically everyone in the bottom 5 were pretty bad.
Yeah, no,
Like,
that's
any
true.
of them could have gone, and everyone would have been like, yeah, that makes sense.
Well, let's have a little think here. So we've got
Get the table up if you want.
yeah. Well, so we've got Bournemouth and Fulham coming up,
Yeah.
and then we got the 3rd spot still to be decided.
So Burnley,
So-
Watford, and Norwich went down.
So I think Southampton, big chance of them going down. I think Leeds could go down because they'll be losing Rafinha.
Yeah.
We need one more player. Where can we grab one more team?
They're going to go down?
I don't think I don't think that will happen to Everton again.
I think I don't know.
Crystal Palace,
Yeah, maybe actually.
and that sounds ridiculous because they've had a really good season.
Yeah.
But Conor Gallagher on loan, he's going away. He was a very influential player for them.
Zaha's getting older.
Zaha's getting older, and probably if he wants to get out of Crystal Palace, this is the season he does it.
Yeah.
And I think they should get rid of him. But I don't necessarily think that's going to strengthen their team if they do.
Yeah.
They've got a young defence, which they both played amazingly, but that's their breakthrough season. Anything can happen next. Well, a new, untested, really manager. He's had a great first season, but
Yeah.
so did Frank Lampard.
You could argue it's just partly luck.
Yeah, maybe,
Like, there's not really a
They've
big
had-
enough sample size to determine if he's good properly yet.
If I was speaking honestly, no, I don't think Crystal Palace go down, and I probably don't think Southampton go down either. I think it'll probably be a Bournemouth and whoever else, and then
Yeah. It'd be
maybe
Bournemouth.
Southampton actually. But
I think Southampton's more likely to go down than Fulham
yeah, I think Fulham stay up. I think.
just because they were so dominant in the Championship.
Oh, I don't know. Bournemouth. It could happen, you know. I think Bournemouth and Fulham both could stay in the league, but we just don't know who that
It depends on who they
third
sign.
spot's going to go to.
Yeah, it depends on who they sign. Yeah, the third. Yeah, I have no idea who the
No,
third
neither.
spot will go to. But yes, it would be interesting to see some more movement rather than the yo-yoing like Norwich.
And wouldn't it be nice to actually have a proper almost Premier League reset? Get rid of some of those teams that,
Like Everton.
sorry if I offend anyone, but are a little bit boring. Like Southampton is just 3 points, isn't it? Southampton don't really excite me. They're a good place for
Yeah.
Liverpool to find a few players.
Like Leeds are bad, but at least they're entertaining.
Yeah, I dislike Leeds a lot, and I did want them to go down, but their fans are just
It's
they're
funny to
entertaining
watch.
in the worst way possible,
Yeah,
and so.
but at least they're not boring.
And with Rafinha there at the moment, they're an entertaining team to watch. But let's
Yeah.
be fair, he's not.
He'll be going.
He'll be going. And
What
do you
about-
think he'll be going? Do you think he's going Barcelona, or do you think he's going to stay around the Premier League?
I think if I were him, I'd go to Barcelona.
If I was him, I'd go to Barcelona. But Ten Hag, Man United, could be an exciting option for them.
Could
If Chelsea want to look into someone, I think that would be a good signing
It's
as
a great
well.
signing.
I think there's lots of Premier League clubs that could be interested in
Yeah.
him. But
Yeah, I think. It'd be nice to see some change
yeah, 100%.
because I think it is a bit boring when it's just the same lot of like 5 different teams over the course of a few years that just go up and down.
Yeah.
Especially when teams like Everton and Southampton like didn't do that well this
No.
season. So
Southampton started off reasonably well and then they just dropped off.
yeah,
They were like pretty comfortable, not nowhere near the relegation zone, and then near the end they're actually very close. Like they're almost dragging themselves into this battle.
yeah. So yeah, be interested to see
Do you have anything that you want to see next season?
in the Premier League.
Well, wherever really.
I'd say in the Premier League, I think I just don't want it to be a 2-horse race.
That's yeah.
3
Right.
is fine, or 4. Even if it's not, well, now obviously I want Chelsea to win, but even if it's Man United, well, Man United probably. I don't know. I just think Man United are not gonna.
No,
I think Man United are never gonna win a Premier League ever again.
Oh, that is a hot take. Why don't you go with that one?
I just don't. I don't know how.
I think Ten Hag's their last chance.
I don't think it's. I think it's about the managers at all. It's about the owners. It's about how they run things.
I would agree with you, and that's why I'm saying if Ten Hag doesn't work out, then that it is the owners. There's nothing they can do about it
Yeah.
because
I think what's going to happen is, actually no, I take that back. They will win a Premier League like in the next 20 years, but it will be after what Man United is perceived as. So right now, as a non-Man United fan, I perceive them as a Europa League club because that's what they are.
they are at the moment. Yeah,
They are a Europa League club, or they're a not very good Champions League club if they happen to get in the Champions League. They're a Europa League club, but they don't consider themselves that. They consider themselves, we are the biggest club in England and we should be the best.
Their dominance now I come to think about it. I reckon if you asked me 2 seasons ago, I'd still see Man United as this really scary team.
I wouldn't.
Now
I'm not.
No,
Definitely,
not at
definitely.
all.
I'd say from about 3 years ago, I like if Chelsea have to play United, I think, oh, it's a big game because these are big clubs in the, Leeds is
Yeah.
a big club kind of sense. But I'm not particularly worried, even though you should be because they've got loads of money and the most
How have-
expensive players ever.
how have Man United dragged themselves into like
The dirt.
Tottenham, Arsenal?
Yeah, that's
territory?
it. They're in Tottenham Arsenal territory, and I think, but United fans, are very importantly, United pundits on TV because those are the ones that typically echo the feelings of the fans
Yeah.
in general. Like Roy Keane thinks that United are, the peak of English football as a club.
Yeah.
The peak of English football. When at one point they definitely were, like 100% were. But in the past, since Ferguson's left, it's not even.
It's not really working for them, is
There's
it?
never been a single season where at the halfway point of the season, since Ferguson has left, you genuinely thought they might win the league.
No, the closest they got was Mourinho second, but even then they weren't winning the league. Were
Even
they?
though, yeah. I think Man United will start to see success when and if the perception of the club is changed from a we're the best to the, well,
Yeah.
we're not the best, we were the best.
I don't think they should see themselves as challenging for the league just yet, as well as Chelsea maybe not next season either, because of the rebuild. I think they should say, right, we have to get top 4. We have to do well in the Europa League and maybe get to an FA Cup or a League Cup final.
Yeah.
And I think that would be a very successful season. If they come back with a Europa League and an FA Cup or a League Cup,
Yeah.
that's good. And then top 4, that's an amazing season for them.
That is good.
Incredibly successful. But that would be successable for any of the
That's
teams
successful
underneath
from
Liverpool.
you as a non-Man United fan.
Yeah.
Being realistic
That-
about what United are.
And then also being realistic on that point, if that would be incredibly good for Chelsea if they did that, if they were in the Europa League, but
Yeah.
we're not because we can get top 4.
Anyway, enough of that. Back to what we're talking about.
Well, I got my last Premier League prediction.
Yes,
or
please.
Not really want, but can see happening.
Yep.
Grealish to become that £100 million player that he was.
The little
bought
train
for,
that
basically.
could.
The
Yeah.
little train that could. And become one of the best players in the league and one of the best players for City. Well, obviously.
Yeah. I was going to say
Should have
Europe.
done that the other way around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Europe would have worked.
Yeah.
The world.
The world. I don't think that's insanely far-fetched. I mean, he is good. But also, but now that Haaland's right, I don't know. I guess who's their wing? If Sterling's leaving, which, I mean, nothing's been official that he's leaving, but it feels like you hear everywhere that he's leaving.
He's got 1 year left on his contract, so if they want to make some money, they've got to get rid of him.
So I think you're right. I think he will be. I don't think he'll become £100 million worth of player, but I think he will become.
But is there such thing as £100 million worth of player?
Mbappe.
Probably. He's not even 100 million now, is he? He's 100 million a week.
Yeah. True. Oh my god, yeah. He's making that. He's making like 150. Oh, that's
dollar
just sad.
bills, yo. So with the Grealish thing,
I think he will be better.
So my opinion is, and I think I've said this before in a video, but I'm going to say it again because why not?
Yes.
Grealish
is
or had a season under Pep now.
Yes.
He's come from Aston Villa where he's been pretty much all his life.
Yeah.
He's played as the main focal point in that team.
Mm-hmm.
And he's played defensive football where he is the person that brings the ball up and gets them the win or is the most influential player on the pitch. Now he's not that. He needs to adapt and use the players with him. I'm not saying he didn't do that at Villa.
Yeah.
But he can be effective using the players around him.
Yeah.
He's now learning that. He's learning what it's like to play for a big team.
Yeah.
He was amazing at Villa. And when they signed him for 100 mil, there was a few eyebrows raised, but most of all we're going to say, yeah, no, that's a good signing. There's a reason we thought that.
Yeah.
And Pep doesn't make bad signings, really, does he?
No.
There's been a few, but
even because even the bad signings for Pep eventually turn out to be good.
Yeah.
After a while,
they look amazing signings compared to some of the signings we've made.
Yeah,
we being Chelsea, as
United
you probably
as well.
Yeah. Oh, United are even worse. But yeah I think a year under Pep, I think he will be. See, I don't 100% believe in this, but I can see it happening.
Yeah, you'd hope it happens.
Yeah,
and as an England fan, I kind of hope it happens.
Yeah, I'm a big Grealish fan. Why wouldn't you go to City?
Of course,
it makes so much sense. I don't.
Go
Even if Villa is your boyhood club, you can't stay at Villa. Maybe go back near the end of your but if he wants to progress, he can't stay there.
I think that's it. I think that's not a bad shout. I think you'll probably be slightly wrong, but not by much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Haaland's only gonna make.
There you go. Here's my hot take. Haaland. I've said this before. Haaland will have an average to forgettable season.
What is an average to forgettable season?
For Erling Haaland, if he's scoring. Is this the Premier League or all comps?
But I'm just itching my leg.
Yeah, you got an itch. What is this? Just in the Premier League?
In the Premier League,
if he scores, I think he'll score about 15 goals.
I back that.
I also think he's going to move after a year.
I think maybe 2 years.
No, because I think if I'm Haaland, because the whole narrative is that Mbappe and Haaland are like the two future Ronaldo. It's the Ronaldo and Messi of the future.
One goes Barcelona, one goes Real Madrid.
And we've seen now that Mbappe's payday compared to Haaland's dwarfs Haaland's payday. So if you're Haaland, you're like, hang on, I'm supposed to be the other superstar, and goal-wise, I even score more than him.
Yeah.
I need to be leaving. I need to be using that power to.
And there's no way Haaland thinks that Mbappe's better than him. Even if you think that, there's no way Haaland thinks that Mbappe's better than him.
I'd rather have Haaland than Mbappe.
I don't know. I'd rather.
It's close.
It sounds so weird to say, but I think Mbappe's a more exciting player and probably the
more entertaining one as well.
Yeah,
but
football's for entertainment.
It is.
But I would rather look elsewhere. Maybe I wouldn't want one of these big names in my club. I don't think.
But also, one thing that is true is from a money point of view. Yes, Mbappe's won this, but from a actual career point of view, Haaland's won this because he's at a bigger club or a club that's more likely to win important things in a more difficult or in a more impressive league than Mbappe is.
Also,
yeah. So I think he'll be average.
Well, speaking about his now ex-club Dortmund, I want Dortmund to challenge and win the Bundesliga next season.
I think we just want someone who isn't Bayern.
But
yeah,
Bayern are dropping off at the moment. They were scoring, I think, less than 1 goal a game at the end of the season, which is the lowest. It's been a very long time since they've done that. They're always dominating.
Yeah.
They failed to do well.
They lost to Villarreal.
Yeah, in the Champions League, looks like Lewandowski might be on his way out.
Probably.
That's where their goals come from.
And Neuer's getting older.
Who's getting older? I think Dortmund, with all the money, their keen eye for young talent. I just want them to keep some of their players for a bit longer.
Yeah, I think that's not a bad shout.
I think Bundesliga, other than Ligue 1, which actually, to be fair, is
Serie A.
I was thinking, I think Bundesliga is one of the most boring leagues.
It definitely, yeah. Just because, well, to be fair, Bundesliga is currently going through what the Premier League went through when United won all the time.
Yeah, no, true.
Like, it's just Bayern.
It's like Hamilton winning all the races in F1.
Yeah, like
it was boring.
As an outside fan, it's boring. So yeah, hopefully they do lose.
And if it looks close,
yeah,
and they look like they're fighting, I might switch over a few times, have a little watch.
Yeah, especially if it's going to be City Liverpool the entire way as well for the Premier League.
Yeah,
and it's like, we might as well see some. That's why the Serie A has been insanely entertaining these past like 4 weeks.
It has,
because it's been like it could have been 3 clubs that won it. Like it's been so good.
And Roma are looking really good now with Tammy Abraham scoring all those goals, and we got
Jose.
AC Milan just won it. We've got Inter Milan looking all right.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Juventus that will eventually
need to prove themselves again.
Yeah, they will eventually find their form again. They'll still attract the big names.
Yeah,
there's so many teams that are pushing up there, and my final prediction is I don't think this is going to happen, but I'd love to see a Serie A team in the Champions League final. Not necessarily win it, but I would like to see... And when I'm saying a Serie A team, I'm not necessarily talking about Juventus.
I think Milan
I want to see an AC or an Inter Milan there.
A classic European team.
Strong,
AC Milan are probably
defensive team.
Better than them.
Serie A football is the pinnacle of defensive football and breaking down teams, slowly grinding them down. But it would be nice to see it just breathe a little bit.
Yeah.
Chelsea versus
AC Milan.
That'd
be a cool final.
That'd be an amazing final.
Yeah.
Or even a semi-final.
Yeah.
Away day in Milan.
That would be cool. Very cheap flights.
Yeah.
I like that because when was the last time? It's when Juve lost to Real Madrid in the final.
4 years ago.
2017. Yeah, 20. I can't remember. But so it's been a hot minute.
I don't want Juventus there. I want a different team.
Yeah, Juventus is boring. Although Juventus are not doing very well. So
give me the Milan Giants that we used to have.
Yeah, and it would be although I still want to see an English team in the final. I think that's one thing I've been very chuffed at is like over the it's been English teams a lot, except for the Paris and.
But I prefer an English team against a non-English team. Just the fact that I've got someone to support if it's not Chelsea. Like I hate Real Madrid with a passion. But the rivalry between Liverpool is a lot heavier than Real Madrid, so I want Real Madrid to beat Liverpool. Yeah. But
yeah, I do like that. I think a Serie A team getting to the Champions League final is a good call.
Yeah,
it'd be definitely a fun call. Definitely something I'd like to see. My call will be.
Yeah.
I want like a Dortmund getting all the way through.
No, I would like that. Obviously. Yeah. Maybe a Benfica, something like that.
Yeah, or Porto. Well. That'd be fun.
Porto would be good.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I also think that next year, this is my prediction, will be the last year where we even think about Messi and Ronaldo as being extremely good.
I think you're right. That ship even could be argued that it's sailed already.
I wouldn't say. I would say. They're kind of just dipping out of the world-class category at the moment.
Oh, it's hard to agree with you, but you're probably right. It's so weird.
It's just in there at the moment, but it's probably not going to be in about 12 months.
You're probably right, to be fair.
Yeah.
I think that ship has sailed.
Which is sad.
And
it's very sad.
Well, let's end it on this then. The best player was Messi. 100%.
Yes, it was.
There we go.
I don't have a counter argument.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank you.
Make sure you click that subscribe bell. bell. It could be a bell. Notification
Click whatever
bell.
you want.
Yeah, just click somewhere that's red that means you follow us or something.
Yes.
Leave some comments in the
Comments.
In the comments, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at these outro things, but we're gonna stick with it anyway
You're doing
because the
great.
segue was really good, wasn't it?
It was really good.
Yeah, let us know how wrong we are in the comments and like and subscribe and adios.
Au revoir.